Alright guys, welcome back to the LS powered Miata series. That was supposed to be a surprise, but ultimately failed when we realized that the engine that we got for Danny's car was damaged. Today we're gonna dive straight into it. Danny, now that he knows his car's not a surprise anymore, wants to help out and be a part of it, and I don't blame him. So Danny, welcome to your whole entire surprise build that we ultimately weren't able to pull off. Right here we have our LS3 engine that is from 1016? 1060?
Turnkey.
No, but what class?
Oh, 6100 class.
Wow, really don't know what I'm talking about.
Trophy truck spec.
So that is the engine we're diving into today. When we originally dropped the oil pan, we had noticed that there was quite a bit of metallic silver within the oil, and then we also found a bit of the chain guide at the bottom of the pan. Made us a little bit curious. Then we pulled off the cover and we saw that the guide was destroyed on one side, so now we're gonna dive into it, see what's wrong with it, and rebuild it. And this is our first red flag that we're gonna be diving into. The right side is good. The left side, not so good.
All right, y'all. We pulled the timing cover off. I pulled the oil pump off. You can clearly see that there is a guide on the ground and no chain guard, no retainer, no spring, no tensioner. There was a little bit of marring here on this plate, but it was all in the oil, not actually the metal. So I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna pull the valve covers off, which I already pulled the bolts. We'll take a look at the rockers, aftermarket springs. Everything looks so clean. All right, I'm gonna keep pulling this apart.
Yeah,
so what you can do is when you look at the windage tray, you can kind of see if there's any debris under a certain cylinder or shared cylinder. It seems as if there's a little bit on the back too. So there it is.
A little bit. That's not terrible.
So there's these markings from it being machined down, but these edges scored in like that are pretty odd, comparatively speaking to like that. And I'm just gonna take these head bolts off, and I'm gonna take the head off.
Super puss.
Big old platypus is what you are.
T-pose.
What's that?
That's what he was just doing.
What's that?
Do it.
In the arms of
Oh yeah, a couple one of those. Give it the old 1-2 Floyd Mayweather. When it comes out in 17 layers like that, that's how you know, yeah, I got a good seal there, bud. Okay. Let's give her a good luck, bud.
That's good.
That's the cylinder.
Honestly? So technically? Honestly? Dylan did that.
Dylan peed just a little bit, so don't worry about that.
Looks great. Ooh, that one.
This one looks
that one doesn't have any.
What?
Crosshatch?
That one has it.
This one feels like it has boogers.
I think it's as gaping as Dylan's mom. There's some that...
Quan, put this in.
Quan. If you put this in, I'm gonna do the same thing to your mom.
Here, what do we think, Doc? Hey, we're not talking about Quan's mom. What the f?
I'm an honest guy.
Yeah.
I'm an honest guy.
Yeah.
We weren't.
Okay. Yeah.
We were not.
Okay.
Weren't.
Yeah.
We, as a group.
Yeah.
We're not.
Yeah. No.
Definitely the opposite of what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
Talking about your mom.
It's opposite day today or something like that?
I was talking about your mom.
Oh.
Airplane bathroom.
What? Oh, I know a lot about those. Let me see.
Whoa.
Kind of, yeah. It kind of does.
Right? Like,
I spent a 6-hour flight in an airplane bathroom the entire time.
Tony, you don't have to put this in. Just for future.
Twan, cut this. So the inside joke I'm now seeing being here is these guys say some ridiculous stuff sometimes, and it's either Twan, cut this, or it's Twan, don't put this in.
Essentially, the cross-hatching needs to be on the entire cylinder, and it looks like it's been worn away in quite a few areas, so this might need to be honed, but we're gonna keep pulling it apart, and then we'll figure it out.
it's probably fine.
I think it's fine.
I think it's booty cheeks. I'll be the one to say it. It's booty cheeks.
Okay. We made sure all of the push rods were straight, none of them bent, there's no scoring, no
push
heating.
Rod.
It's a push rod motor, baby.
I gotta push.
I'm sorry, what? Anyone catch that?
What?
I mean, it's on film.
I have 16 push rods.
Oh, yeah. No, I need a 10.
I can't believe, I don't understand how this is gonna be in my car.
I haven't even shown this yet, and you're just diving into parts that I haven't even
Okay,
shown.
this is what I did just a second ago, okay? I'm gonna try to reenact it. It's gonna be kind of fake, but I went over here and I went, oh, and I looked at that.
I was there, that's really accurate.
Oh!
This it's nuts,
I don't think we've ever, for any of our builds, have done a brand new T56 trying to inbox.
They're so wide.
It's, yeah, I'm jealous. It's like the best feeling shift
That's
ever.
nuts, dude.
Yeah, for another episode.
Stop looking at it.
You spent way too much money on this.
I just posted a teaser of the Hunt & Co. new windshield visors on my Instagram, and you guys loved them. We're gonna be releasing the Hunt & Co. windshield visors. We're also gonna be restocking all of the toe strap keychains, and we're gonna be bringing back an OG classic, and that is the OG red classic jet tag. So we're gonna be restocking everything as well as dropping the new windshield visors. Every $5 you spend will go towards the 400Z giveaway. If you haven't heard me talk about it, you must be living under a rock because we're giving away my 300Z. Every $5 you spend and get you one entry. Good luck.
Is it stronger than Dylan? I am Dylan.
Some things are.
Oh, that's just a milky Cocoa Puff.
There's a little bit of rust in the board, but that's just surface. If you want to look in here, and it's gonna be hard to focus, but that right there, see all the cross hatching on it? It's pretty prominent. That's what it should look like. That's what good cross hatching on a cylinder wall is. No scoring, no anything like that. No wear marks, no high heat. Then, if we go to the top, tell me where you see cross hatching.
Hardly anywhere.
No gouging, nothing I can catch my nail on. No crazy heat marks or anything, but that's not great.
And cross hatching is good why?
It creates friction for the piston ring to hold the combustion inside of the combustion chamber and keep the oil out of the combustion chamber. So when it's smooth like that, you lose compression and you allow oils to get into your combustion chamber. Cool feature that you will notice if you look here is these have what are called cracked rods. So what it means is this is one full cast piece and they precisely hairline fracture it. So when you put them back together, if you look, come on this side real quick. If I put a light on it, watch me mate these together, that
Oh wow.
alignment of the oil is pretty much invisible.
It is invisible. Wow.
So what happens is when you machine rods, you can create imperfection by taking too much or too little material off, and then the hole is actually ovaled instead of being circular. Anyways, pull this off. Dude, I could be totally wrong. These bearings, so far, this bearing looks great. There's no bluing, no flared edges, no heating, no squishing, no score marks. There's some high and low points that you can see. That kind of highlights them really well.
The flashlight blows it out on the camera, but if you were to rotate it like that.
Yeah, see kind of like the polished and then the frosty areas.
It's so tough to see on camera.
Yeah, that's kind of like a high low point. And then if you look at the crank itself, I want to be careful with this, but no score marks. I can run my fingernail across it. It's still very shiny and has a good sheen to it and slick when I touch it. So I'll put this back on just so we locate it, and then I'll pull a cap of the crank.
We have super sick news.
It's super sick news. I want to shout out my friend Robert Maruzzi. He builds these for a living. I was like, hey, do you see this ever often with the tension springs shooting themselves, getting eaten in the oil pan and not affecting anything else? Because we're finding no other wear in the engine. The bearings look great, the valve train looks great. So he's like, happens all the time. And usually the damage is localized to that area. So,
Thank God.
so what we're gonna do, the goal is now, and I'd like to talk to Tony about this as well, but new timing chain, bearings, all good, crank, pistons, rods, etc. We're gonna get a hone, and then we're gonna get new piston rings. We're gonna take the rotating assembly out, hone it here, put piston rings back in, reassemble everything, retorque everything, all the bearings that are on it, new timing tensioner assembly, right? Because that failed, and then slap the whole thing back together.
Are all those parts relatively accessible to get?
Yeah, I'm gonna see if he has any on shelf right now that he can send to us. I'll ask if he has like a supplier down here that he can provide.
That, or could we not just like call O'Reilly's? Or I really just want to call O'Reilly's.
Dude, you have said that 100 times. No. Let's call O'Reilly's. I like that.
I just want to see if it lives up to the hype.
You guys have piston rings in stock for an LS3 out of a 2014 Chevy Camaro SS.
They should. That's what they say. That's what the internet says.
All right,
you can rebuild a whole motor from O'Reilly's.
We're gonna call O'Reilly's.
Go down the street
and see.
Every V8, every person who drives with an LS, that's their biggest flex. So if I can't go and get these things at AutoZone, then going back to Jay-Z is where I'm headed. Okay.
Hey, I love Jay-Z. So you know what? It might be in my best interest for them not to have it.
We're calling O'Reilly's. Okay.
All right, let's find a near one. Oh, he looks like that wiener dog. Hold on. It's a very specific one. What's your reaction on this one?
Okay.
That is accurate. Can I have you cross-reference the part number for me?
Yes.
All right, whenever you're ready.
Okay, go ahead.
12626 407.
407.
Yes, ma'am.
So the price is $44.99, but I don't have it here. Let me see who has it available.
Thank you.
The store on Convoy has it.
Oh my God, amazing.
Yeah, I can either order it here, but it won't be here until 5:30, or you can head over there.
Yeah, if you could order it to your store, that'd be amazing.
Sure, I'll leave it for me the telephone number.
6 0.
Dylan?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I've submitted the order and we'll give you a call when it gets here.
I appreciate it.
Alright, thanks, bye.
Bye. Don't.
I'm not gonna bleep that out.
Don't put it in the video.
Oh, I'm gonna put it in. No bleep. I'm just gonna leak your number to everybody.
Do it. Okay, do it. See what happens.
Okay.
Alright, that's fine.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
We have an update. Guess what?
What,
They
bud?
have it in stock.
Well, who's
Maybe,
what?
maybe.
O'Reilly's.
Auto parts. And then they also have the head gasket, so we'll be able to put all that back together tomorrow and pop this back to
Pulling
the
an
car.
all-nighter tonight. This is me done. I'm driving this home.
Yes.
So apparently, all the parts that we need are in stock, and Dylan is running to get all those parts right now. So come the morning time, we're gonna go ahead and start reassembling that motor, which is gonna be really cool. First time for everything. While we were inside, Calvin is, I don't even know what Calvin's doing, but I can say what Danny's doing. Danny is assembling the new master for the clutch, because we need a new
Clutch pedal.
No, just a new master.
Why-
Bigger
why would you need a
master,
master?
to push more
Oh, because
fluid
they have the
because of
tilting.
bigger. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess that does kind of, well, let me explain that now. I wasn't gonna show this earlier, but we have the new master because when I was picking out parts for Danny, I was like, okay, T56 time. And I was looking at the used market. I was like, I think we should just go full send for Danny. So we got him this brand new T56. It is the crispiest feeling. Like the throw is, I can't wait to put this in the car and put a shifter on it because it is gonna feel so sick. And to run this setup, we're going to be using this hydraulic release bearing from Tilton, which I'll be honest, we cracked into today to set up the throw and the distance. Never done it before, neither has Danny. And we were both like, ooh, let's go like this, put that back in the box, and let's learn from someone else, because neither of us have done that, and it requires a bunch of measurements based on the master size that we're using for everything. So currently he's setting that up, and that's gonna do it for today, and we're gonna come back tomorrow morning and pick up right where we left off. We saw a lot of you guys' comments in the last Miata video. You guys are super excited about the LS swap,
But there is an overwhelming amount of comments that you guys really want this engine bay to not look like this.
You guys
And
wanted two-tone.
as much as we have really said, we're just trying to get this build done because we have so many other things to do. We're gonna go ahead and listen to you guys.
We're gonna listen to Danny and do exactly what's on his shirt right now, split directly down the center. So we're taping off one half, we're gonna do red, and the other half's gonna be black, just like a Harlequin.
Yes, dude.
So you're welcome.
Harley?
Way to comment. You're Harley? Can I have
We have a lot of extra steel it in gray because we painted the cage on the Mark V, and when we did that, you guys don't remember, we did it in steel it black. This stuff is amazing. And we also thought about maybe doing the cage in gray. So we have about 6 extra cans. We're gonna go ahead and use that. I can feel the paint in the air, and the M4 is chilling, so maybe we bag it. This is what it looks like, the gray. The gray looks fire. That's definitely what we should do. I'm all for it. So we're gonna try to pull everything back.
Gray
The
and
boys have
black.
already started doing it. And oh, you want to do two-tone? Black and gray?
I'd like to keep the black. Yeah.
Gray is actually gonna look really good.
I agree.
I think
like
you're
the gray a
excited.
lot.
I think
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
excited.
yeah.
DIY paint
time-
job. Let's
next
get after it,
time-
boys. Honestly, you guys, we're gonna stop going to SOS after this.
Ah, shoot, Oscar, you're screwed, buddy. We got
Dude,
Billy.
I like Oscar.
This looks great for being a Miata. That's no,
Yo,
that-
hey, that was tight. Nice.
No,
Way
they're
to
like-
dog him like that.
But so Danny crashed this car a couple years ago, you guys. I think I told you this. Look at that rail compared to that rail. It's like twisted. Kyle pulled it with a forklift.
I told TJ
From
that.
being multicolored.
You guys asked for it. There you go. Now the bay is one solid color.
Oh, it looks so much better.
It does look great. It looks really good. You could probably sell this car for so much more money now.
Yeah, probably like $6.
Well, technically it would be
Only
about
if you-
$70. It was 2 cans to steal it. So it was $70 tax.
Negative.
It looks great. We're
Does
gonna
look
let
good.
this dry up, and then we're gonna move on to the engine.
Cool.
It makes the blue look so much better.
blue pop.
It makes the blue look so much better. You're the man.
Yeah.
Danny threw the old head gaskets. We're gonna do the same with the old engine head bolts. They're one-time use only. They're torque to yield, so we can't. Oh my god. Danny's gonna brake parts cleaner out these cylinder holes real quick, and then we're going to clean the head gasket surface, mating surface on the engine block and both heads. And we're going to start with brand new, fresh, clean razor blades so we don't gouge it, very lightly. And then brand new, fresh piece of Scotch-Brite. I'm gonna get longer so we can kind of keep an even pressure along it. And then we'll do the same on the heads. And then we'll do the torque procedure on the bottom end. All right, order of operations. We're gonna pull the cam bolt. We're gonna mark and pull the timing chain, both sprockets. We're gonna do the tensioner, and then we're gonna put the timing chain and new cam bolt back on. Then we're gonna prep and clean all of our head mating surfaces, flip her over, do the main cap bolts and then the rod bolts, so the whole rotating assembly is done, and then we'll put it back over, slap the heads on. First things first, pulled the cam gear off, marked our timing. We're gonna do the timing chain tensioner.
Hey, Dylan, look.
What we get? All right, metal sheet. Ooh.
Damn, Danny. Damn, Daniel. Back at it again with the Holly Performance Sparks.
First tease portion done. Cam sprocket back on. Crank sprocket back on. Both in time. 35 foot-pounds, 25 foot-pounds. Red Loctite on both, and tensioned.
Whoa, that's.
Hey, remember your other one when it didn't do that?
Remember when it just wasn't there
That's a
at
nice
all?
piece right there.
Oh, look at
You
that. Just
missed him when he tensioned it.
Look at
It's
that.
actually gangster.
It's-
Little pin. Can
Yeah.
it be even put back in?
nah.
Not really. No.
Put some nice VR1 Valvoline assembly lube on there. I cleaned both mating surfaces of the rod. And obviously if you're building this fresh, you're gonna wanna put assembly lube on everything for first startup. But it is exactly how it was when it came out, so I'm just putting oil back on the bearing. Timing done, timing chain done, timing chain tensioner, main caps done, both rods done. And now it's on to cleaning the mating surfaces for the heads.
So Dylan has prepped the surface of the head, prepped the surface of the block. Bada bing, in between the zing. See it, bud?
It's nice when you transfer the dowels like that. All right, the sealing of the engine adventure is about to be complete. I'm going to do the push rods, the rocker arms. What is that called? Trunnion? I don't know. Anyways, take this oil pump apart, inspect it, finish sealing it up, timing cover on. Valve cover's on. Then we're good. As you can see, offset, centered, offset, centered, offset, offset, centered, offset. Self-explanatory where they go. And all you're doing is looking for excessive wear on mating surfaces, like where the push rod meets the rocker arm and where the flat portion of the rocker arm meets the valve itself. And then all you do is just oil up anything that contacts anything else. Let it kind of find its happy home. You can see right here too where the oil galley from the push rod actually comes out of the rocker arm and goes into the valve cover. And so I'll snug all of these down so it centers the base plate, and then I'll give these all their proper torque spec. Kind of just giving a hand crank, letting all the rocker arms kind of find their happy place. Then I give them a hand snug again. And I'm listening for just kind of any weird noises or interference. Make sure it's easy to turn over. Shouldn't be difficult. And I'll go back through, kind of give these a little hand snug before I torque them. And then valve train, rotating assembly, everything's done. Pulled the old oil pump apart. I assumed that we could probably reuse it. Make sure there was no marring or gouging or heat marks or marring of the surface where these two portions of the gear are going to, oh my lord, mate. One day I'll figure it out. So we can reuse it. So I'm gonna throw it back together, put some more VR1 on it, put some red Loctite on the bolts, throw it back on.
Oh, what's
Twan's putting
Ripping
the
the sim, getting some seat
sim?
time in. I was just making sure you're still here.
God, I like just filming odd portions of you.
Now that the motor is complete, we can put the thing back in the car and get back on the road. I'm very excited for Danny, and it sucks that we had to take this whole process, but we've never done an LS engine rebuild, nor do I think we've ever done an engine rebuild on the channel before, so it was the first time for everything. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on the post notifications so you get updated every time we upload an LS or just another video, and a little sneak peek as to what's to come. In the next episode, we're gonna be switching gears a little bit right there. That's all you get. Do you see what we're doing? Maybe not. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out and keep moving forward.
Found files, just a bunch of guys doing dumb stuff.
Calvin's looking a little jacked.
Give me a set. Oh. Okay.
Give me a cigarette.
Wow, that's a modest B.
Oh, that was super funny. Do it again.
You wanna see my clutch kick?
Oh, going back the other side.
You watched the whole thing?
No.
Okay.
No.
I just saw that on Netflix.
Nice.